Welcome back, punters, to Rapid Fire. Of course, we've got Jason and John, as always. We've got Group 1 racing in Sydney and
Don't
Melbourne.
forget yourself, Rex Hunt. Don't forget yourself.
What have we got? Coolmore in Sydney and Newmarket in Melbourne.
Got the weekend at Bernie shirt on. Good to see he's got a bit more energy now, Bernie, mate.
That's it, mate. That's the one. That's the one.
The chest is getting more tan by the week.
Oh, he's catching snappers. He's a very relaxed man these days. That's what happens when you just got unlimited cash coming in from backing winners.
Far out.
Just tip some to us, mate, instead of telling us about it on Thursday, please.
I back a lot of losers.
Well, we all do.
And we what?
Okay, let's start off in Sydney, Rail True. We'll start with the Far Lap Stakes, race 6, John. Pretty short price favourite here.
I didn't watch the old track report, but we should be pretty dry. Holy crap. What about this? It's not the right race. What about I mean? Race 6. I need race 6. Here we go. I've got race 4. That was no good. Holy hell. Far Lap Stakes, $1.65. Zugotcha. Strangling the market. Cool Die with no rider next in the market at $10. Fireburn, $10. Glenna Silver, $15. Brosnan, $16. Oh, sorry, Miss Madam Pomeroy, $7. So look, the only ones on the
Call Die's running tomorrow on the Kemmler game.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So the die will be even short.
Everyone's fighting to go first.
Everyone's fighting to go. Well, I mean,
favourite looks.
So Zugoc has met a number of these 3 times now and beaten them twice and only got beaten 0.19 of Olympia on Sunshine in Paris. I think it just wins. It's short, but it just wins.
Yeah, I think Brosnan's going well. Maybe a place bet Brosnan at over $3 if you didn't want to take the shorts. I thought Madam Pomeroy was very average last start and gets Pike. I just thought, Brosnan, I've liked its first 2 starts in the AF Cabin Domination race and the Hobartville. Could be a place chance.
It's just too good a gate horse, isn't it? Like crosses, and then if Glenna Silver wants to lead, it does. It doesn't look any surprises, does it? Like there's nothing even that's drawn low that could be a sneaky stalker. Wins by default.
I think so. Righto, let's get on to the Coolmore. John, market.
Holy heck, how am I trying to read this from top to bottom? I'm just going top to bottom. Hinge, $8. Anna Vista, $6.
Chances.
Hope in Your Heart, $8. What have we got? Ruthless Dame around the same price, $8. Espiona, $9, which seems very short. $13 Yearning, $13 He's a Belter, $15 Expat. Gee, that's short too. I guess the track sort of may help it. $18 Mustang Valley, I think it's worth mentioning. $21 Mirror Vision. Very open race, huge field. So $18 Torjanine down the bottom too.
Do you guys have any information on Purple Pay, William Haggis trained? Why it's here? Is it any good, etc.?
Well, I don't personally.
Okay. Good chat. Keep going.
I find it interesting they found Reggie. I don't know where they've plucked Reggie from. They bring a horse from the other side of the world and find the Reginator, but he's got a good book on Saturday potentially.
So what do you want to say here, John?
I just sort of thought it was an extremely difficult race. I thought Mustang Valley was the clear value. Thought it went really well first up. Don't know where it gets to in the run, but I'm assuming they're going to absolutely fly here. If Anavisto and Expat somehow decide to look after each other in the run, then maybe they won't. But sort of Torgine and Pride of Jenny stick their nose in there early, and horses heading forward like Hinge, Mirror Vision, Larkspur Run want to hold a spot. I expect them to go really quick. So sort of kept coming back to that Hope in Your Heart, Mustang Valley, and Mustang Valley's twice the price of Hope in Your Heart, who I do think is the one to beat. But, these aren't sort of classic more horses, are they? I think it's a very evenly matched race, and I wouldn't be surprised by basically any result here.
Jason. I think
he's on mute. He's on mute.
Sorry, I'm on mute. I'm talking to myself. Quite like this race. I think there is a bit of speed, but I love the setup here for Anavisto. She's drawn wide, but that's completely irrelevant. You got about 600 or 700 metres to the first turn. Now she'll just take his time getting across. I think he's pretty going there. A bit of pace on, I think, will actually suit her. I think she's just kept improving each prep.
Which one's that? Sorry, Jason.
I think. Which bit did you miss?
The name of the horse.
Name of the horse.
Anavisto.
Okay.
Anavisto, right.
And she's kept improving prep after prep. I actually love the draw. She'd be better outside than in. I think she'll just tag expat and kick clear, and I think whatever beats her will win. But I'm really keen on her each way. I think you can get sort of $7 or you will on the fair is great. I don't want to lose on Hope in Your Heart because she's been a very, very good horse to me. And also, her run in the Golden Eagle shows she's top class. It was a very high rating race. And a roughie a horse that I love, I'm not sure she's up to this, but she's on the minimum, got a great barrier. She'll be running on, is Torajane for me. Very, very smart mare.
Look, I'm a little bit against Anavisto. I've got it in there as one of the chances. I'm just a bit worried about it second up. I backed it first up, and I know it was a good win, but I'm just a bit reserved about giving the horse improvement. I thought Espiona was a chance, despite the fact that it gets back. Probably would prefer that it wasn't as fast up front for mine, actually. But it's certainly a place chance. I agree with you, Jason. I think Torajane's definitely a blowout here at odds, and I just think this horse is a better horse. This prep, it's come back better, made better than expected age improvement, and I thought other chances were Hinged, Ruthless Dame, probably Yearning to a lesser degree. But look, for me, the value lies in Torajane. Will probably get a little bit better, I think. Dean Yendall, and I'll definitely be having something on Espiona just in case.
That sort of race.
It is that sort of race, yeah. Not a high confidence race at all. Okay, the Ajax Stakes, race 9.
Mighty Ajax, Waterford favourite, $3.80. Looks like it's been well back to. A session $5.50, $5.50 around for Sabark, $7 Bandersnatch, $9.50, $10 around for Diamond, $9 around for Riordini, $13, $14 for Cepheus, who I've backed in camel races in Brisbane its last two, where it's been certainly beaten. I'm still not over it. And that's about it.
What do you think about the fence at this meeting, John?
As long as they don't put water on it, I think it should be okay. Like I think they'll still get 3 or 4 off in the straight, but fencing run should be fine as long as they don't get the watering gun out and go crazy with it.
Jason, what did you have to say here?
Ajax, where are we? Yeah, I found this hard. Obviously, Waterford's been disappointing at Randwick, but he certainly showed his best form is 3 from 3 at Rose Hill. Drops in weight here, steps up from benchmark to Group 2. But let's face it, it's a pretty weak Group 2. I just thought it was a little bit unders at 5-2. Sabark was very well backed first up, and I thought ran well. But I was surprised when I did my prices. I had it a bit longer than the $5. The one that's come up overs in my markets is Riordini. I've found that this stable is really progressing quite well after first up run, certainly in Melbourne. They're really. I mean, the stable's on fire generally, but I find look at a race and I think, it was a bit plain first up. They can improve lengths. And if you look at this horse's runs in the spring when it went from third up into that Gong and even in the Ingham, I thought it was a decent run. I just think it could be a big improver here. 1,500. Go forward with Timmy on. Didn't think there was a load of pace in the race. Let me just double check that speed map.
A Session's probably the only one that
could
hold it.
My map is he crosses Ascension. But then you've got just behind them is Bandersnatch sort of does tag him and does get a good run, but it's just sort of never been one I can catch. But it could run well as well. But Yeah, I was sort of with. I thought Riadini at $8.59 was a good bet at the price in a race where I think probably Bandersnatch, Sabak, and Waterford were the only ones that could win. I'm going to back Riadini.
John?
Yeah, pretty same thought line. I was desperate to find Sabak. Thought its run was really good first up, just completely out sprinted sort of around the bend and strong through the line. But I went back through its career and it basically does the same thing every time. It just struggles to put races away. You know it's going to be there, and I agree. Like if it was $10, definitely be having something on it. $5, $5.50. It's probably as short as you could take a horse like him. And Riadini's sort of the horse that he's most likely to be chasing. So I thought, yeah, sort of $9, $10. It was a very similar run first up, just back on the inside, a bit out sprinted. He's a much better horse when he's drawn wide. He's got a bit of room to move, and if Tim does happen to get him to the front and get him into a rhythm, and if the fence is okay, like Paul was just talking about, I think he's going to give a huge side. I think he's a much better horse than Session and those around him when he's at full tilt. And what, like you said, Gay's horses, what are they? 33, the last 30 days, 67 runners, 22 winners. Pretty crazy how well the stable's going. Yeah, if Waterford improves, it's dangerous because it's got to turn a foot, but $3.70 Preble back in the field on the inside, happy to take it on. Agree with Jason.
Okay, so I'm going to say Ascension. I can't poke too many holes in it. I think it's overs. I don't think it's a big value play, but I think it's over the odds. I thought Bandersnatch was the other interesting runner in the race. Waterford, I think, is unders. Riadini's probably around about the right price. Sabak, I think, is unders. But that's the way I'm going to play the race.
Geez, I'm looking at the reflection in your glasses. You've got Ascension $3 there. It's extraordinary. Look at him close the window.
You can't.
His right arm moved. He actually closed it.
Next week you'll have those tinted glasses too. Don't worry about that. He'll have those tinted ones for sure.
Are those bifocal? Are those ones that go into sunnies when you go outside?
No, these are the ones that post full starter on the lenses for people like you to read.
Can't even find mine.
All right, keep going.
All right, we're into Melbourne.
Okay, we're into Melbourne. Let's get into Flemington. What are we going to start with? The CUNY, isn't it?
The CUNY Stakes Shuffle Dancer, $3 favourite. You can talk about the track. I'll get rid of this race. $3.80 Revolutionary Miss, $6 Wallenby. The mighty Wallenby going from Wednesday form to Group 2 now. Papillon Club, $7. Rosetta, $9. I'm not sure if it's running there. It's in about 10 places. I see that Wolverine and Pavitra are already out. They were in a lot of places as well. So that at the moment, they're the only horses sort of under 20 to 1.
Sorry, what did you say about Wallenby, John?
Graduated from Wednesday form 2 starts back to now Group 2 form in Melbourne in 2 starts.
Jason?
Oh, I mean, I didn't find much different to the market. I think Revolutionary Miss has been pretty good in the Group 1, in the main fillies races, including the Surround last start, this prep. $3.80 about a horse that's won from 11, barrier 1, probably gets back. It's not really tickling me old fella. So actually, and Shuffle Dance is going really well. I just don't know the strength of that race last start, but it was a little bit beneficial to be on fence at Lakeside, and Mellon kept it pretty wide out of trouble, and it was a pretty good. It was its best rating race. It continues to improve. I'm just going to spec Papillon Club here because I'm sort of map betting it. I don't think there's a lot of speed here, and I think Lane can just sit outside Nolan, or there's even a chance that Nolan might take a sit Unthought because they led last start. And I thought it was first up. It was 3 wide, facing the breeze the whole way in that Wallenby race, and I thought just dug in and kept fighting pretty well there to the line. It's going to take. I think it takes the most improvement out of that run, and the horse has a lot of talent. So I think again at the $7, just looking for a bit of value. I would not be surprised if Revolutionary Miss or Shuffle Dance won. They are right in it, probably about the right price.
Yeah, well, for me, it's the two of those as well. I got Shuffle Dancer on top of Revolutionary Miss. Wollombi third pick. Nothing too smart about all that. Don't know. I want to get involved though at these current odds. I'd probably be slightly more inclined to back Revolutionary Miss right now, but yeah, look, I don't think there's any real advantage there backing either of them current odds.
Is the Toppy not just far and away the best horse though? Like second to Madame Pommery over a mile heavy track, so it should run a mile. The state Snowden horses sort of seem to be warming up into their preps much more now, and it's done that. It's gone, okay, first up like solid, then hit the line nicely the other day. Inside draw, has a turn of foot, and just trying to take a line through Wollombi. Like if you, it's just laughable if you try and line up Revolutionary Mrs. form with Wollombi's form lifetime, and then even Call Die. If you say Shuffle Dancer was a bit lucky to beat it potentially. The one's the only horse to me that could have just miles on the
I suppose Revolutionary Miss for me, the only thing that's holding me back a little is the 1600. I'm not saying it won't run it. I'm saying that giving it too much improvement, I think, towards its best form. It's really got to make age improvement or full age improvement.
But I thought when I was looking at the race, but what about its second in the 1,000 guineas on a heavy 20?
Yeah.
In a high rating race too. Not that I'm big on that, but yeah,
look, not long ago. That was the one I said I think I'd back now if I was forced to back one now.
But you're saying you think it needs to improve a fair bit up in distance? Is that on the surround run?
Look, if you give it its best exposed rating, for me, that was last start. It can improve for sure, but I'm saying it would need to make that age improvement to dominate here. And look, I think it's one of two obvious chances. They're not my sort of horses to back, given the map. So I think I want better prices. Put it that way.
I reckon if Ruthless Dame or In Secret were in this race, they'd be $1.40. And this horse only got beat sort of 1.7 their last start, was strong through the line. I reckon this horse starts favourite.
Yeah,
Revolutionary Miss.
I can't argue with you. It has got the best form.
Yeah, could easily start favourite. Okay, let's get on to the sires.
It's the worst Group 2 every year on the Australian racing calendar.
It's a funky race, isn't it? V8 with $3.90 best around. Dubadenko, is it? Dubadenko. $4.40, $6.50 Gambari seems very short. Freak of Nature, $10. $17 the top one is a Merce. $17 Tom Kitten is an interesting runner. Miss Sassy Boom down the bottom, $11, and the bottom one's 20s Porta Rossa.
Who wants to play here?
Yeah, sure. I'm happy to go. 1400 metre Flemington, jump out straight onto a bend. Inside barriers are definitely an advantage. If you haven't seen Dubanenko's Blue Diamond run, I recommend you go and watch it. Ran the fastest last 200. Was absolutely explosive through the line. It was explosive through the line.
Dubanenko?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my opinion of the last 200 was just average. I got it ranked 34 on the day.
Yeah. What about for the race?
For the race, I've got it second. I was
talking about the race of the day, but anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
It was a Group 1 day in Oakley Platers. I wouldn't be expecting it to run fastest 200 at the Oakley Platers. Anyway, who'd you have as fastest last 200 of that race?
Don Corleone.
Okay.
Oh, I mentioned the wall.
I'm looking at the racing.com section. They may be more.
Okay.
They may be more accurate than the Rating to Wins one. I'm not sure. I haven't got them.
Probably are. If only they had someone there that could interpret them. But anyway, let's move on.
Anyway, let's get back to the race. it maps appallingly, this horse from 13. It's outside gate. It's going to have to go back. But its Blue Diamond run is clearly better than any maiden form that all of these are coming out of. Also, its runs in the spring, that's sixth behind Charmstone with Empress of Wonder run a place. It ran home very well. So I don't think that was a fluke, even though it SP'd at some ridiculous price. I think it was 91 with the corporates, but with the fair, it was $114 on the exchange. So I think it's got a lot of ability. Third up into this at 1400, should have a good grounding fitness-wise. He's going to need a bit of speed on probably because of the map. I'm not sure if it gets it. So I think the price at the moment is fair, but I think it's clear top pick. V8, interestingly named. One with like it had a V8 in the bonnet, but I'm not sure what it beat. The times weren't outstanding. They ran 4 lengths below standard time for that race, so wouldn't say it's the best. That Sandown maiden, the 1300 metre race, has traditionally been a very good lead up for this race. I did like how Freak of Nature won there. But it's drawn out. It's also drawn out, and I think Fist of Fury is right in it. So Dividenko top pick. I'll try and find a way to chop out on 5 and 6. I'm going to take the favourite on.
John.
Yeah, I don't know much to add just because I don't like the race at all. I think Gambari is extremely short. For it to be $7 in a race this strong is very weird. We sort of talked about how well the stable's going, but it's just not much good for mine.
I went looking for that horse. If that wins this, they've got to go through their stable. Like, all this race is complete trash if it wins.
Agree.
It looks like
I thought Tom Kitten was interesting at $18, but even it's coming out of an average race. I just like the look of the horse. Thought he was very side. That was how wide I sort of kept looking in this race, just because not a lot added up. I understand everything Chase has said too, and sort of agree with it. It's just price wise and everything just doesn't measure up. So I've really got no clue in this race.
Tom Kitten seems a really long price to me. It looks like a horse.
Just a big price.
Going to help. I can't believe he's $18.
I hate the race. Won't be betting in it. For my number's 7-11-6-5, but absolutely no confidence.
Happy days.
Move on.
Like
Newmarket.
Oh, what's it? The Newmarket. This is a race.
Long live handicaps.
This is a race.
I want to get that on a t-shirt, but I'm worried some woke prick's going to have a go at me if I get that on a t-shirt.
Woke?
Long live handicaps.
Oh, God.
Someone will take it the wrong way.
If I wore that, then they'd be like, Redhead, you're allowed to wear it. I'm allowed to wear it. In secret, $4.40 equal favourite with I Wish I Win. Lofty Strike, $8. Private Eye around the same. $8 is readily available now. $9 around for Lofty Strike. $16 Mazu, $16 Bella Nipotina. Am I missing anything? 20-1 front page. Wonder if he'll get any strapper fees if he's there. Star Patrol, 20-1. Oh, the bottom one, Bonus Notches, $12.
Jason.
What a race. There's quite a bit of speed here. I think I've sort of mapped it that they go into 2 groups. I think Snapper from 4, which is Dynamite Pace, is going to want to find the fence. And I think Private Eye will go down there with it. So that's how I've sort of mapped it. I don't think there's many winning chances, and I think the market's found them. I'm sort of against Bonus Notches as well. I mean, for me, it's interesting that Shaftesbury Avenue is the next race. If anyone's too young to know who Shaftesbury Avenue is, go have a look, because I think we've got Shaftesbury Avenue number 2 here, and I Wish I Win. To go in the Golden Eagle and look like a bit more of a middle distance horse and do what it did first up, over 1,000, I think was extraordinary. And I think up to 1,200 here, proven down the straight, flying. That's who I want to be with. I think getting $455 is a very fair price, and I don't want to lose on Private Eye. I think it's going to get a suck with a bit of speed down on the fence, and its last prep was absolutely fantastic. Its performances, admittedly, I just think they went a bit too far on the Cantala, but there'll be many that have been guilty of that in the past. So for me, they're the best two I'm going to take on in secret. I know a lot of good judges think are backing it, but for me, I'm going I Wish I Win and Private Eye.
Look, I've got an in secret on top. I don't think there's terribly a lot of value in the price though. I think I Wish I Win is a clear second pick. Couldn't back it at that price. Definitely need longer. And Private Eye, look, I grant is one of the chances for sure. I think it's a touch under the odds. And I thought one at odds in the race, though, was Front Page. I know this horse has got issues, but down in the weights here on 52, it just seems like a value play for me. Well, I won't be losing on it, put it that way. But my top pick is definitely in secret.
Yeah,
Okay.
It scares me that I'm pretty much with Jason again. I Wish I Win. We're getting double the price in an easier race, or triple the price in an easier race first up. Obviously, the extra ground helps. And then I wouldn't want to lose on Lofty Strike and Private Eye, and backing three horses that sort of get back off speed, even if it is down the straight in a race, scares the crap out of me. So it's probably not a race I'd want to get too heavily involved in. The horse that's probably going to be a little bit closer to the speeds in secret, but it's definitely not the same horse it was last prep out of the gates and travelling wise. I don't know whether they've tried to lengthen it out, tried to get it to run the mile for the fillies races, and now they've just sort of thrown it back in here because it looked a bit suspect last start, or whether this was their plan or not. She's still going to be running well with 51.5, you'd imagine, but I'm a little bit against it as well. Like, happy to take her on, but yeah, if I want to own a horse in the race, it's I Wish I Win. There's no doubt about that for me, and I think it's the best horse. I think if he gives it a decent ride, he's not asleep at the wheel like he was last start. It'll be flooding home over the top of them, no matter who's in front of it. No, nothing will be coming from behind him and beating it.
Best bets from the ones that we've covered, guys.
Good question.
If any.
For
me, look, Zugotch is very
Zugotcha could be our best.
No,
Zugotcha
it's very short. It's very short.
I really like Anavisto. I'm really just backing value. I think if I back five horses in the $5 to $7 range on Saturday, then I'll be happy if two win, and I'll be having a good day. I'll probably just level stake them all. But if I was most confident, I love Anavisto as a horse, and I love I Wish I Win as a horse. They're both in very competitive races, but you're getting a price on great horses, in my eyes, to back them. So I'm happy to do that, and that's what Group 1 racing's about.
I've said the favourite, Zugotcha. I think it's as close as, I hate using the word moral, but
what price have you got, Paul?
Hang on.
Reasonably short. I mean, but the problem is you're going to have a deduction there, aren't you, with Cool Die?
Do you have it shorter than you had Skirt the Law?
Why you got to bring up the war, mate? Why you got to bring up the war?
It's a fair question. You have to say yes or no.
Well, the thing is, I don't know. I'd be charging into it. I mean, what's the deduction for Cool Die going to be? What?
Yeah, you'll still get whatever price it is now after Cool Die comes out.
I don't know. Yeah, we'll wait and see what happens on the day. All sorts of things can happen, but if I feel the same on Saturday, I'll be backing it.
Riadini from Sabak, from me, the only race I'll probably be betting in out of the ones we've talked about.
What happened to Sky Command last week, guys?
Don't know. Timmy's riding next start.
It was fucking piss week. It was soft on the fair, and then it was just piss week. What did I miss?
He gave up the lead very soft, didn't he? And then, it just didn't travel.
It's gone up. It's gone with 400 to go. Disappointing.
Is that July's race? my Act of God win?
I don't know one. There was a Written Beauty. It was the last race.
Jalai, yeah, it was the one that won on protest by Act of God.
Oh, yeah. It was the protest race. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty
That's it.
quiet
Okay,
week.
guys.
Tough racing, but good racing to watch. Hard to bet, but I'm tipping Azza will be betting. Now he'll be throwing grenades.
I'll be betting in the Newmarket.
Our horse is in, John.
Which
Saturday.
one?
Race 8, number 13, Captain Envious. The one I told you, the one that maiden at Warwick.
It's all right over 1,400. Who have they got on it? Damien Thornton, inside draw.
It's going to be last, and so I don't think it wins, but
it'll be a ridiculous price though.
Yeah, I just really like the horse. Oh, Warsfall. I haven't done that race yet.
As it should be.
But it'll run a race. It might. There's definitely no moral, but it'll run a race.
Well, certainly no moral. It's 33 to
1. It always runs a race. It's a nice horse.
It'll run a race.
Okay,
right,
boys.
Okay, guys. Enjoy your weekend, guys, and hopefully we get some winners.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye.